Over the past 30 years, I've been devoting my life to animal rescues in the south of England.
If this booth collapses, we're both going to be in mighty big trouble.
Never has British wildlife been more under threat.
Run, Alex. He's going to slip.
People and animals are increasingly coming into conflict.
This is within a mile of the M25.
Ah, Struth.
Oh, it was close. After 16 years of Wildlife SOS on the television, this is our first ever series of Wildlife SOS online. In this episode of Wildlife SOS, we get our first badger cub of the season.
He is absolutely gorgeous.
And a deer slips through the net.
Stand still, everybody. It's a gorgeous bank holiday Monday. We just had our first call of the day. It's 2 fox cubs that are stuck in netting in a garden. This is a first for us. 2 little football nets and a fox cub in each one, which is such a shame. If nobody was here, they would obviously die if we didn't get them out. But they're not that badly caught, which is good. This one's going to be very easy. It's just a matter of untwisting it from the various strands. There we are. That's one. That's halfway there. Because the constriction isn't at all tight, we're going to let them go straight away. So Mum will be close. They'll know where they are because they won't have gone far away from their set. You go in there, little one, just for a minute. You sort yourself out. That's a good boy. Right, come on, little one. How are you done? You've got really stuck in there, haven't you? Hey? You have? Yeah. Again, it's not too horrendously tight, but tight enough to kill them if we hadn't have got to them. There he is, look, he's out as well. Nothing very tight, they're nice and fat. You go in there. So Mum's going to be somewhere close, she won't be far away. They're quite young, so they're going to be quite close to Mum. So if we put them here, let them head off, hopefully they'll both go the same direction. Like anything, once they've found cover and they've gone somewhere dark and quiet, that's where they're going to try and stay. So they're trying to run up to the back of the cage, which is not the idea at all. We want them to run out and go and find Mum. Right, we're going to give them a bit of a helping hand. There's Freedom, look, there's Freedom, look. Look, she's gone whizzing off at great speed. Exactly where it's going, hopefully that one's going to follow. Look, it knows where it is, straight in, straight through, and away, which is what it's all about. But the best thing with these, when you're not using them, because they're nice and light, is to shove them up on something like this, and then obviously no wildlife can get hurt.
Later that night, Lucy is called by Dave Williams from the West Surrey Badger Group. He brings in our first badger cub of the season, which has been found collapsed at the side of a road.
He is absolutely gorgeous. He's the smallest baby badger I've certainly ever dealt with. I'm sure Simon's seen smaller ones, but he's actually in fairly good body condition. He's not too thin. He's quite pale. You can see his gums are very pale pink, but there is saliva there, so I don't think he's completely desperate. Take some of those ticks off him as well.
The mothers usually keep them clean. It's usually a sign when they're covered in parasites.
Yeah, that she's not
looking after them.
Not been taking care of him very well. I certainly wouldn't say he's skinny. Shall we see how much he weighs, little chap? Before we give you some food, hey? Oh, isn't he just gorgeous?
He's lovely,
Look at you.
Let me get a picture of that.
Look at you,
Although Lucy is happy with all the initial checks, the badger cub soon appears to go downhill.
When he first came in, I wasn't massively worried about him, partly because of his weight, but also, you know, because he was quite perky. But just in the time that we've had him on the table, he's really quite flat. I guess adrenaline was keeping him going when he first came in, and he really has nothing left now. So I guess, you know, the next 24 hours or so is going to be pretty critical for him. It must be very strange for him. I mean, he's so scared, but also he's so thirsty, and this is what he needs to do, to have some fluids now. You really don't understand that, do you, sweetheart? Well, I've managed to get about 60 mils of fluid into him now, and he's very tired. He's gone very sleepy, but he's taken it quite well, and he already feels a little bit less dehydrated. I would have liked to have seen him a little bit more lively, but it's been a hell of a day for him, so we'll check on him very early in the morning, make sure that he's doing okay. but he certainly isn't out of the woods yet. He's not even waking up with me moving him. I think he's had a very big day.
It's going to be a long and anxious wait to see whether our first badger cub makes it through until the morning. The next day, we get an urgent call out to another rescue.
We've got a rather difficult call this morning. We've got a full team of people. We've got Lucy the vet nurse, Sean her husband, and Ben, one of the volunteers. And the reason we've got a lot of people is because we've got a deer that's stuck in a big car park of an office block. It's been there all weekend. Until we get there, we're going to have no idea how easy or difficult this is going to be. Hiya. Good thing for us, I think, Sean, is he has got a bit of cover, so hopefully we'll go to a bit of cover and we can contain him more easily. Well, Sean's going ahead to have a look. We're just standing back because we don't want too many people in there at the moment, so Sean's off with the cameraman and we'll just see where the deer is and what it's doing.
Sean quickly locates the male deer at the back of the car park, hidden behind the foliage.
So at the moment we're just getting the net sort of set up and ready, hoping the deer's going to sit tight in that back corner.
Okay guys, we've got to really take this steady, just really slow.
Ben, keep it really tight.
Just remember to keep the net nice and tight.
Oh. Stand still, everybody.
After losing sight of the deer, the office staff tell me that it has run into a small enclosed area at the opposite end of the car park.
We might be able to pen him in there, but he's going to be a very unhappy deer as we go in there.
Sean quickly moves in to grab the deer before it escapes over the fence, where it would cause havoc on the busy road the other side.
Oh, he's going to be on the road now. You see him come through? He's out. He came through here.
What I hadn't realised is that there was a second fence, which the deer luckily hadn't jumped over.
Hey, Benny should be penned in now. This should be our chance.
So now he's contained in a small area with Sean at one end and me and Ben at the other.
Ben, come in with me. Just the two of us. Don't freak. If he freaks, just be very still. No.
As I slowly approach him with the net, this surely is going to be our chance to get him. In the next episode of Wildlife SOS, there's a fox cub with severe neck wounds.
That is a horribly infected wound.
And we have a final attempt to get hold of the deer that's stranded in the car park. Lucy was supposed to be doing the intro to this piece, but she's bottled it in corpse. So I've got to say, hey guys,